Our next guest joins us all the way from Indiana. My friend's name is Jennifer Ramos de Flores. That's a great name, Jennifer Ramos de Flores. And I said it so appropriately, right? Like one should say it, correct? You are the Global Program Specialist at Purdue Polytechnic's Institute in the Office of Globalization. That's a lot of global things. I'm not done introducing you though. Your last trip was to Peru and Colombia with faculty and staff, and you are, we met in North Carolina. And I think the most fascinating thing about you is that you are the mother of a 3-year-old. Yes. So here's the question that I want to lead with. Did I catch you on a good day?
You did. I am in the office without my 3-year-old.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Yeah.
I've been able to focus and actually complete a few things on my list today.
How many days are you going into work?
Oh, this is a special occasion. I think I've been in the office 2 or 3 times since March 10th.
Here's some fun facts about you. You survived an 8.8 earthquake. That's a big earthquake. And
yes.
Where were you?
I was in Chile in South America, and it was 3:30 in the morning.
That's something that not a lot of people can say they've experienced.
If you live in Chile, or if you are from Chile, then most likely it would be a common occurrence, as the landscape there is beautiful, but it is full of volcanoes. It has a large strip of the Andes Mountains, which is the largest mountain range in the world, the longest mountain range in the world.
What is more challenging, surviving an 8.8 earthquake or parenting a 3-year-old while working from home?
Oh, well, I was very fortunate in that the house that I was living in during the earthquake was built, I think, in the 50s or the 60s. And most of the buildings built in Chile are built around the fact that there most likely will be earthquakes. So for me, it's definitely more challenging working from home with a 3-year-old.
Good. Okay, well, and that's what we want to learn from you. You're going to be able to teach us great lessons on how to stay sane as a parent. But let's get to that in a minute. You prior to the working from home in the middle of March, had you been connecting with students and faculty and staff in a virtual setting prior to that?
No. The only connection would be through email. So I guess that's not completely true. Yes, often students will connect through email to set up an appointment or to answer questions or whatnot, but I do prefer in person if the student is able to do that. When the academic year was ending, I did meet frequently with students for what we call the IDI, the Intercultural Development Inventory, debrief that our students have to complete. And part of that is a debrief with an IDI qualified administrator. And therefore they would have to meet with me for almost an hour. Usually it would be face-to-face, but since March, we have been meeting virtually.
What is IDI?
Well, IDI stands for Intercultural Development Inventory, and it is an intercultural assessment tool that all of our students, when they arrive at the Polytechnic Institute on campus, they have to take an assessment test at the beginning of their freshman year, and then they take it prior to graduation, regardless if they study abroad. And this is to determine if they have grown as an intercultural human being, or if they have gone anywhere on their intercultural journey, to see what has changed, what our curriculum has hopefully done. And if they also study abroad, then they will take the IDI pre and post. This is something that all students take at Purdue in the Polytechnic Institute, and it is an assessment tool that is used by many institutions, corporations, companies around the world, not only here at Purdue.
As somebody who works in student activities mostly, it's not something that I've learned. So every interview that I'm doing, I'm learning something new. So this is very exciting for me to learn what an IDI is. And you've lived abroad, right? Tell us some of the places that you've been.
I've lived in Chile. I lived there for 5 years. That was the longest. Prior to that, I have spent 3 months in Mexico, 3 months in Argentina, and I've been to other places around the world for work, Turkey, India, many other countries, but those are probably the longest.
Right. And if you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would you want to go if you could go anywhere in the world?
Well, right now, I would really like to visit Chile. That's where my partner is from, and I spent the longest time there. So I do have friends and family.
And are you connecting with them on some of the technology that we have now?
Well, we've always connected mainly through WhatsApp since it came out, several years ago now. That was a life changer. Once WhatsApp came out and was free to use and to send video and now even call, it was completely different to be able to communicate because it came out when I was living there.
Oh, right. Now, is that live video or is it recorded video that's sent through WhatsApp?
It's live.
And it's always been live video?
No. It's, or you can make a phone call or you can call with a video now live, but it hasn't always been like that.
Wow, what a nice thing to have. Okay, so let's get to the heart of the matter. You are a mother of a 3-year-old. Tell us a little bit about your wonderful child.
She is the only child, and she is our first child. She is very outgoing, and some people could say that she has leadership skills, otherwise known as bossy.
Any examples of her running the house?
Oh, she often uses phrases that I have thrown on her. For example, you can't eat that in here, or you must remove your shoes. Don't give the dog that. The doctor said it makes her sick.
And she repeats those back to you. That's great.
Yes.
How fun. So today you're at school, so you're not parenting while working. Well, let's talk about some of the things that you're doing that help you as a parent manage the life that you're leading right now.
Well, one thing that I learned is that I have to write down 3 or 4 things that I need to accomplish. Of course, there's more than that when it comes to work on a day-to-day basis, but I've had to accept that most likely I will only be able to accomplish those things. And definitely take a break, go outside. Fortunately, I live in an area where it's urban/rural, and therefore I am able to go outside. I'm not on complete lockdown, and we have a backyard with a fence.
Right.
So that's been helpful to get outside, take a walk, or she can go outside on her tricycle or scooter. And then definitely give her that time. Don't have my phone, have it with me, but try not to be on it. Mm-hmm. And also give her time during lunch. And then I have time on my schedule where I don't schedule anything during her lunch. And then as well as to put her down for a nap because she still takes a nap.
And that's something we all wish we could do.
Very much so.
Very much so. If you were giving advice to other parents who were facing the same thing and not quite managing it, because you seem to be very happy, you're smiling, things seem to be good. Like, what if there's some other parents out there who are just struggling right now?
Make no mistake. This is a great day. You caught me at another good day moment. There are days where I probably yell at my child and then I have horrible guilt and feel bad about it. And well, we may argue fighting with a 3-year-old is like fighting with a small version of myself. Mm-hmm. But it's really hard, and just trying to figure out what works best in your schedule and being flexible, knowing that every day something different may arise, and just trying to be patient with her, my tone of voice, and trying to figure out what she needs once I'm able to answer all of her questions, because she constantly has questions. And if I answer them, she usually leaves me be, lets me, for a little bit. But if I don't answer them, she will just continue to ask. So it's better to address it right away. Lots of patience, coffee.
Well, I see there's a coffee pot behind you right there. So that's a daily feature of both home and office?
Yes, well, that is actually more for tea. When I moved here from North Carolina, I was really cold. So that stays in the office and boils hot water. So I have used it for coffee though.
Oh, well, look at that. We're learning about cool little hot water warming devices in this interview as well. Are you looking forward to, no, that's a silly question. I was going to say, are you looking forward to more hours of working from home?
Well, on one hand, it's nice because I don't have mom guilt and I don't really miss her. So that piece is nice. I mean, it's nice to be able to have lunch with her.
Yeah, when you're home.
And take breaks and go outside. But on the other hand, you get every week we get to about Thursday afternoon and definitely on Friday, and we're just both done with the week. So usually Friday she gets to watch more cartoons or do more things than normal because I can just tell she's tired, I'm tired. It's a hard adjustment, but it's much better than what it was in March and April.
Right, so you're getting more accustomed to it. It's kind of nice to talk to you about it because I think that other parents that are on this, that may be watching this will feel not so alone, right? Know that, and that may be a really important thing to share is that it is not easy to have children.
It's not easy, and I agree with that. I'm fortunate that I have very understanding colleagues, one of which that has a 7-year-old, and the other one, has nieces and nephews, and they understand.
But you also said earlier that you have a fenced-in backyard. Couldn't you just put the child outside and close the door?
Well,
Well, yeah, Friday afternoon.
Yes.
If the TV breaks. So another fun fact about you that I know is that your high school mascot was not a dangerous raptor. It was not a warrior or a Viking or anything like that. It was, drum roll, and I'll let you say it. Your high school mascot was a
hot dog.
A hot dog. That is awesome. Now, but it is a vicious dog, a vicious hot dog, right? And what would you cheer in the stands?
Well, I recall that while I was playing basketball, we got yelled ketchup and mustard. Oh. They didn't actually throw packets of that, but they did yell ketchup, mustard.
Oh, really? When to try to keep you from shooting like a free throw or something?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. I mean, but what would be some of the cheers? Do you remember ever attending games where your high school cheerleaders had cheers singing?
Oh, yes. Most definitely. It was mainly go hot dogs or go big blue because our school colors blue and white.
Did you sell hot dogs at the games? Is it big time, right?
Of course, but there wasn't really anything special about that hot dog. I will say the town is called Frankfurt, and the story is that in the early 60s, they let the students pick the new mascot. And as of maybe 15, 20 years, maybe a little longer, Frankfurt, my hometown, has had a hot dog festival, an annual hot dog festival. And the Oscar Mayer Wiener truck, if you haven't seen it, it comes every year and you can enter into the contest to sing a song. So next time, if you want to sing the Oscar Mayer Wiener song, you have to look it up.
Stop it right there. I can't think of anything else that I want to do. So wait, I need to know when the hot dog festival is. What time of year?
It's usually in July. Unfortunately, this year, it was canceled.
Right. So it's a postponed hot dog fest, but.
Yes. And speaking of music, we do have a famous musician who's from 2 doors down from where I grew up, a neighbor. He was the lead guitarist in Matchbox 20. His name is Kyle Cook.
And does he love hot dogs?
Of course. And I think he actually lives in Nashville.
Oh, yeah, of course. He's probably looking in my window now, wondering. He's thinking of hot dogs. He's like, I know, I sense that there's a piece of home somewhere close by.
He's peeping, yes.
Yeah, it happens. All the members of Matchbox 20 are known for that. Could you please sing the Oscar Mayer Wiener song for us?
Ooh, you caught me there.
Well, what if I sang it with you?
Okay, because I do not remember.
I don't remember all the words either, but is it I wish? It starts with I wish, right?
It starts with I wish.
And then, can you sing it to me so I can learn it?
I wish I was a Oscar Mayer Wiener. That's all I remember.
But there's.
Oh, yes. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer Wiener. That's all I ever really wanted to be. Something along those lines.
It sounds great. Now, can you do it a little louder?
I wish I was an Oscar Mayer Wiener. It's all I've ever wanted to be.
That was awesome. You totally sang it. That was amazing. Thank you very much. Oh, this might be the highlight of our time together. Jennifer Ramos de Flores, which literally translates to Jennifer Ramos of the flowers.
The translation is bouquet of flowers.
Is it really?
But that's just my, you should say, social media name.
Right.
I never changed my name, so I still have my maiden name, which is Ramos. But I grew up saying Ramos because that's how everyone pronounced it, and you can see how Spanish was not taught in my family. But I am a quarter Puerto Rican.
Right, because Ramos is definitely a Spanish origin.
Yes, it's like Smith in English. If you go to Spain, you will see it everywhere. It's a very common last name.
Are you curious about what LeVasseur means? It's French for not very good interviewer.
You're on fire today.
I am on fire. I can't even stop. Oh, well, thanks so much for joining us today, and thanks for the advice on staying sane at home with your kiddos. And it was really good to see you. Hopefully, I'll get to see you in person at Purdue. Hold on, I'm going to read the whole thing again. At Purdue Polytechnic Institute's Office of Globalization. Those are just really big words, and you get to say them all the time.
It's a handful.
It's fun. Thanks for being here. High five.